You're listening to a Cup of Resilience podcast with Tamiko Drummond. Real topics, real people, real solutions.
Hello, everyone. Guess what? It is a Cup of Resilience time. My name is Tamiko Drummond, and I'm known as the Brand Success Coach.
Hello, everyone. We are back. Welcome to another episode of A Cup of Resilience podcast. I am super excited. I've been trying to reach out to this lady for a minute, and I'm so glad she was available because I have a special guest here with me, and we have mental and financial wellness coach Haydee Lee Scott in the building. Woo! She is super amazing. She's a coach. Oh my God. When I tell you, Haydee will give you your whole life. She's so positive. Her energy is vibrant. And I'm so glad that she's able to talk to us today about our topic, which is financial wellness. Haydee, welcome. Please introduce yourself to the people.
Thank you, beautiful people. Tamiko, thank you so much, first of all, for having me here. I am so proud of you. I love your title, A Cup of Resilience, because don't always need resilience during these times, right? So,
right.
For y'all who do not know me, my name is Haydee Lee Scott. I am a mental and financial wellness coach. I am a mother. I'm an author and entrepreneur, and I just love to help people, just live their best lives, right? That's what it's about for me.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Miss Haydee, Coach Haydee Lee Scott. Okay, so today our topic is financial wellness. And I know you put quite a spin on financial wellness in a whole because it's more than, well, tell us, let's just get it. What is financial wellness?
Financial wellness is how satisfied are you, right, with your financial journey? Right, with the state of your finances right now and the state of what you foresee your finances to be, right? So how you're feeling about that. So that's financial wellness, right? We have all these different dimensions of wellness. We have, the social, the mental, the emotional, and spiritual, right? And finances fall right. It has its own category as well. So within these dimensions of wellness, my focus in my work is mental, emotional, and financial.
Oh, mental, emotional, and financial. So, people, audience, how do you feel about your whole financial wellness?
How we feeling, baby?
I know, especially during these times. I don't know about you. I know you said you're focusing on yourself, your financial wellness. We were talking, and you mentioned that it's not about what's happening outside. So
exactly.
How?
So it's about your perception, right? It's about you deciding that you're going to be your own financial ecosystem, right? Like you can't depend on what's going on in the market. You can't depend on what's going on, outside yourself, right? Your financial wellness journey is between you and your finances, right? And if you a believer, then it's between you, God, and your finances, right? Because that's your whole business right there. That's your business. So it's about you changing your perspective in that way, right? And deciding that you are going to be that millionaire you want to be. You are going to be, whatever it is your financial goals, then you will attain that, right? Remember, guys, it's about the words that you put in your mouth, right? The words that you speak over your life. So if you say, right, I am going to be, then that's where you'll be, right? That's where your mind will go. That's where your body will follow. So it's that same kind of, I want to say road traveled as you would do with any type of goal. We can just depend on our finances. We can't put our finances in a box, right? Because the economy says that we're in a space of a recession, right? If you educate yourself, you will find that a lot of millionaires are actually born out of a recession, right? Because they decided, I'm not going to allow this situation to determine where I'm going to be.
That's deep. That is deep. Because I never thought about it like that, honestly. And so I'm sure a lot of people have not thought of it as that and knowing that a lot of millionaires are born during a recession. So what are the key tips that we should think about to make sure that we're comfortable in ourselves with our financial wellness?
I think the first thing is to understand wealth building, right? It's the foundational. That has to be the pre-class in your mind, right? Like, I'm going to focus on wealth building. I'm not going to focus on making a quick buck. I'm not going to focus on any of those things, right? Because there's lots of opportunities for that, right? But we're talking about building foundational things, right? In terms of your finances. The second piece, I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, okay? We just gonna put that out there. And he actually gave me three things, and wealth building was one of them, right? To just focus on wealth building, to understand that in due season, right, that things will come to pass for you, and just having that understanding that in due season, it's going to happen as you stay the course, right? Remain in that positive walk, right, with him. And understanding that his ways, I'm looking at my notes because I actually wrote these down. His ways are different than your ways, right? Like, there are ways that this is a really good example that the Bible talks about when we're talking about wealth building, right? We are taught to save, right? To save me. I want, like, I'm not telling you not to save. Don't get it twisted, okay? Just follow with me. We're on somewhere.
Right.
But I'm sharing with you from a mental, emotional, and spiritual, right? We don't ever think about giving as a way of wealth building, as a strategy to wealth building, right? And so when we're talking about wellness, we're talking about well-being, right? It's a holistic view of looking at your finances. Okay. So I would say those three for starters. But if we're talking about actual tips, right, to build your financial home, so to speak, right, you want to start with protecting your income, right? You want to go ahead and get you some life insurance, right? You want to go ahead and start, budgeting, right? You want to go ahead and start looking at investment, talking about, retirement and things of that nature. And then you want to go ahead and focus on, your other goals and things of that nature. But you definitely want to have those foundational.
Those are great tips. I'm sorry, did you say something else?
Yeah, I was just saying, I hope that answered your question, Queen.
Oh, yeah. Those were great tips. There was something that you said that I wanted to get back to, but I also wanted to ask about creating a budget and then maybe building an emergency fund. Like, I was going to say how much. I've heard so many different things. Have 6 months worth of salary, have a year's worth, 2 years.
This is what I tell people. You get in where you could fit in with everything.
Okay.
They do have these rules, so to speak. Like, people, they say 3 to 6 months is the standard, right, for you to build your emergency fund. But I say, you get in where you can fit in, because I work with a lot of middle class families that, they don't know anything about, not that they don't know, but some people just don't know, right? Like, what, how much should I be saving? And I said, well, how much can you save? Can you save $5 a week, right? Can you save $50 a month? And I've had clients who do, $5,000 a month, so it really is where you are. The issue is not the how much, is the are you going to be disciplined to do it? Because discipline, it ain't sexy, baby, okay? But
discipline ain't sexy.
Finance. It's a form of self-love in your finances. So are you going to love yourself enough to put these things in practice? I think we have learned so many tips on videos, on articles, and all these things. All the information you get out there, baby. But when we're talking about, you actually making change and progress in your life,
right.
That is core. That's what we're not talking about.
It does take discipline, and you're so right. I remember reading this book called "The Wealthiest Man in Babylon" or I think that's the name of it. And within the book, it mentioned saving like 20% or so, and then incrementally going up. So paying yourself first.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I was like, because a lot of times we don't even think about paying ourselves first. You know, it's like, okay, here, this came in. Okay, I'm paying all of these things. And then, okay, now this is for miscellaneous. And you totally forgot. Now you done spent all your money, right? Especially if you get paid once a month. Okay. Right. So it's so important to certainly pay yourself first. And it does take discipline, and just like, I like what you said when you said that you have to love yourself enough to do that. Because a lot of times we focus on other things and forget about, wait, what about looking out for me first? So take that right off the top. So I totally agree.
You know what came to mind when you were sharing that is that paying yourself first can look so different for everybody, not just in the amount, but also the vehicles that you choose to put those things in, right? Because you can put it under your mattress, right? You can put those finances under your mattress, or you can put them in a savings account, right? Or you can go ahead and invest those things, right? No, so part of that being disciplined, and part of that process is you educating yourself financially about what is the best vehicle for you to put your money in.
Right.
And so I'm going to just share my personal opinion, right? That putting your money in an investment account, right, is the smartest way to pay yourself in an abundance, right? If you understand investing, right, you understand that your money
I can't hear you, Haydee. You're muted. It says you're muted. Like, I see the mute button.
Are you there?
Now I hear you. Do you hear me?
Oh, I can't hear you, Tamiko. I don't know what happened. Can you hear me?
I hear you. Yes.
You can hear me, but I can't hear you. This is hilarious.
I hear you. Well, finish saying what you were saying, because I hear you fine. Finish saying what you were saying.
That's what I'm going to do. I apologize, folks. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to go ahead and fix this. I rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus, okay? I'm going to go ahead.
So, can you hear me?
Okay, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and finish what I was saying. I believe before I got distracted, I was talking about the different vehicles that you would put your money in, right? And being educated or finding out the right information in terms of where you should put your money. And I was just sharing that investing, for me, is the smartest way to duplicate your money, right? It's the smartest way to duplicate your money. I don't know if you all know that when you put your money into the banks, they go ahead and they invest that in the global economy, right? Mm-hmm. And they make about 20% of that, right? But when you go ahead and you look in your savings account, you might see a 0.3% that belongs to you.
Right.
And on a high end, right? You know, if they're a little generous, right, they might give you 1.3%. Right? They might give you that. You know, I don't know how y'all feel about that, but there are other vehicles out there that you can put your money in, right, that will yield you between 8 and 12%, right? Y'all heard me right, between 8 and 12%. Holla at your girl if you want some more information on that, okay? But there are other vehicles out there, that can definitely do that. And so it's about taking that time to, really investigate, what's for you. Because investing is not for everybody, right? We have some aggressive investors, and, we have investors that are a little more reserved, right? And they're just like, I ain't trying to, there are risks involved in that. So it really is about you and taking that time to just educate yourself on that. So that's my tidbit about, you know, investing and compressing time.
Right. So,
all right, you asked such a great question. She said,
Yeah.
how is wealth building, right? How is insurance a part of wealth building? So insurance is actually an automatic estate, right, for your family. And so it is a protection of your income. So for example, if you have a family, right, and the father is the breadwinner, God forbid if he passes away, you may pay a little $84 or you may pay $100 for a policy that can turn into, God forbid if that happens the following week, that turns into $500,000, $500,000, right? Or whatever you decided your policy to be. So that's one way. So the goal also is not, and here's a misconception that people have about life insurance, that you need to have it for your whole life, right? That you need to have it for your whole life. And that's certainly not the case. Excuse me, I actually teach people that you get insurance for when you need it, but the goal is to get you to a place of wealth building, right, where your wealth has already been built, right? Our community, we're taught that we need whole life policies, we need all these types of other universal life policies where you can invest and have your insurance in one space, and that is actually not the smartest thing to do in terms of your finances and doubling and multiplying. So we getting into something else here, but it's okay, baby. So yes, insurance, guys, get your life insurance, okay? And don't just get your life insurance, get term life insurance, right? That is the insurance that I do recommend to people because it is the most cost effective. And in addition, as I just mentioned, when you put your money in other policies, into anything that says, whole life, universal life, even Gerber has one, it says make your baby a millionaire life,
right.
Whatever it is, that just simply means, that you have investments in addition with your insurance.
Right. That's awesome. And thank you so much.
Her questions, y'all.
Wait. Wait. So and thank you so much. I want you to go ahead and speak on what is living benefits, because I know a lot of people don't know about living benefits. So can you speak on that?
So living benefits with term insurance, right? Basically, for God forbid, if somebody becomes terminally ill, right, you can go ahead and you can take out from the face amount, which means how, the amount of money overall that you will be leaving for your family. You're able to take that. You're about to take 75% of that. Usually some companies, they have different percentages, but I know the company that I work with is about 70%, 75%. You're able to take that to go ahead and, live out your bucket list, right? Live out whatever your goals are, whatever it is that you are, wanting to do with your life, right? That is a very delicate time. You could just imagine what, people are going through. So it's very powerful to have an insurance company, to afford that to you, right? And the rest of the finances typically goes out to the family for final expenses and things of that nature.
Right. That is so good. And a lot of people don't realize that is super duper important to have the living benefits. If you lose your job and you have a terminal illness, OMG, instead of going out there for GoFundMe's, please go ahead and get some living benefits, and certainly reach out to Haydee that she can help you with that. Okay. So while we're going to start to wrap up, how do all of these tie into financial wellness?
So thank you for asking that question, Queen. Essentially, at the end of it all, it's moving your mindset, right? From a fixed mindset to an abundance mindset. That's really how it all ties in, right? And so when you're focused on an abundance mindset, you know that, there is enough, right? So your mind moves in the direction of finding out what is that enough for you, right? So the information, right? Plugging in the right insurances, plugging in the right investments, all of that is the the process, right, of financial wellness and deciding to be financially, right, your financial well-being, essentially. So that's how it all ties in. And thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you. I don't know what happened here with the audio, but God is good, and I hope you all great people got the good information. If you all want to follow up with me, you can reach me at Haydee Lee Scott. HaydeeLee.com. That is HaydeeLee.com. You can go ahead and reach me there. I am on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. And you can just, hit me up and we'll go from there. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. So thank you so much, Haydee. We have mental and financial coach, Haydee Lee. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Everyone, please go ahead and reach out to her. But we are going to say bye. Thank you so much for joining us on A Cup of Resilience. Until next time, goodbye. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to A Cup of Resilience. Follow, like, share at A Cup of Resilience. At A Cup of Resilience.
My name is Tomiko Drummond, and I'm known as the Brand Success Coach. Once you choose us, they will never stop talking about you.